Hey everyone, I am back with a new pickup video. I know it's been a while. The only thing you guys have been seeing has either been the podcast or me streaming, which I thank you all for checking those out. But I wanted to show you guys some of the things I've been picking up the last 2 months. There's quite a bit around me, so bear with me. But so let's see. We can start off with some of the retro games I picked up. So first off, we'll go with NES. I did pick up one NES game. One that I had in my collection a long time ago that used to be my dad's was Silver Surfer. I know this is a hard one, but it's in pretty good condition. Sticker in the back. It's all good. The board looks really good on this. It's just one I had as a kid, and I want to start trying to get some of the games I did have that I've just kind of neglected and not picking up. So next up, I ended up picking up some Super Nintendo games. And first off, which is the one I just got in the mail recently within the last week, and that was a copy of Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Now, this game I played a lot of it. I did beat it, but it was one of the ones that I would play a lot at my dad's shop when we had a comic book shop back in '92. And it's one of the ones that just I never picked up again. And I got a really good deal on this, complete. It's got the pamphlets, it's got the instruction manual, all that stuff. So it was cool to get this. I figured I might as well just spend a little extra to, get it complete. Another one I had, Alien 3, which pretty good label. I remember enjoying this game. I hated the movie. Um, you know, what happens in the movie sucks, but yeah, still fun game. Good to have back in my collection. Another one I had in my collection that I've had Ryan play on his streams is Spawn. For some reason, I just never picked it up until just recently again. Love this game. It was fun. Beat 'em up. I love Spawn. I've been a Spawn fan since day one. I remember when the first Spawn comic book came out, my dad had his comic book shop. Brings back a lot of memories. Next up is another one that I never actually had this, but I did want to get it. And this is a pretty clean copy. There's a little bit of things here and there, but it did come with a dust sleeve. And that's F-Zero. Another one, which seems to be a trend with some of these things that I've been picking up here. They'll show you guys, but Death and Return of Superman. I've been watching Smallville again, so and I hadn't played this game in years. Um, Great beat 'em up. It is pretty difficult sometimes, but I remember sitting down and playing this with my buddy Jeff, and we finished it. I beat it by myself. Glad to have this back in the collection. And then, so this is one of the more expensive titles I picked up. It's something I've wanted, I've never had. I remember going over to my buddy Dale's house back in high school, and I had to take summer school for a couple classes to get caught up. With this one, he had it, and I didn't know about it. He was like, "Dude, you gotta play this. It's really good. I know you're an RPG fan, but it's got like this, like a kind of a platforming beat 'em up a little bit." But and that is Evo, The Search for Eden. I got a really good deal on this. I am excited to have this in my collection. It's funny because I think 2 years ago there is a half price books by my dad that has two copies over there that I was probably going to send him money to go get because it's still there. But I was like, you know what? Let me just see what I can find on eBay, and I got a good deal. I mean, the only thing that's off on it is it's got like it had a rental sticker on the back, I guess. I'm not worried about that. The gameplay's fine. I do need to clean it a little bit, but the board looks good. Yeah, it's still a little green. It's not brown from oxidization. This is a fun game. I may stream it at some point, but I'm kind of working my way through it. All right, so that covers the NES and Super Nintendo. All right, so the next thing I picked up was for the PlayStation. I got another good deal on this one, and I'm excited to have this in the collection because I only rented it, and I think I borrowed my friends at the time, but I never went out to go get it because I beat it. And I was like almost content with it, but it's something I want to play again. I have it digitally on the PS3, and that is Alundra. Clean copy. Manual's in here. The only thing it's missing is the map. Of course, my game is inside my PlayStation 2 at the moment. The manual's still good. No issues. Yeah, fun little platformer. I know this is like a spiritual sequel to like Landstalker on the Genesis, but I didn't know about that game. I knew about this one. Another one of the working designs games with the localization and everything. And they pull out all the stops when they put a game out. I kind of wish they still stuck around, but yeah, Lunger. PlayStation 5. Some of these are birthday gifts. Some of these are things I just picked up. Some of these I'm playing still currently, but like I just got in my copy of Metal Slug Tactics, which you can still get on Amazon for like 35 bucks. So a physical copy for it, even on the Switch. I'm looking forward to playing this. I think I'll play it after I finish Tactics. Then there is The Phantom, which is a beat 'em up. Love The Phantom. Love the movie. Billy Zane. Treat Williams, rest in peace, sir. You were a great actor. This is a two-player beat 'em up. So I plan on getting a second copy for my dad so we can play it online. I don't know if it is. I'd have to look and see if it's couch co-op because if it's not, I'm gonna have to just take it with me when I go up to see him for Christmas. But yeah, was looking forward to that. I know that these two are already out digitally, but I was waiting for the physical releases. Next one was Mafia, Old Country. This is very fun. It's kind of linear. Very trying to think of what game to associate with this is, but it's chapter based. You're in Sicily, where my family's from. You're kind of this guy that works in a mine that ends up getting adopted by a Sicilian mafia family in 1904. But it's fun so far. I think I'm on chapter 9 or 10. So I think there's only like 14 chapters or something like this. So it's one of the ones I'm going to be working on finishing at some point. I'm not streaming it. It's just something I'm playing offhand. Of course, Gears of War Reloaded. Love this game. They did a really good job remastering or touching up the one that we got before on the Xbox. But it's nice to have this on the PlayStation, and it's crossplay, which is fantastic. Uh, and I need to play more multiplayer. I'm rusty on this game. My wife and son got me Metal Gear Delta, so I'm looking forward to playing this. I really kind of wish they would have remade Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 before they made remade this one. Um, Before I might have heard the combat is fun. The new mechanics in it, because you can play old style like the original version, and then you can play it with more of a almost Metal Gear Solid 5 gameplay style. So I'm looking forward to that and how that changes things. But I mean, you can't go wrong with Metal Gear game. I know it's not Kojima. I know they do say it's a Kojima game apparently in the beginning. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm a Metal Gear fan. I can't not pick up stuff. And then my buddy Edward for my birthday got me Chronos: The New Dawn, which is a horror game that I will be streaming at some point. Reminds me of from what the trailers show, what my buddy has been playing, like Dead Space meets BioShock a little bit. So I'm looking forward to it. There's some really cool lore. And this is actually made by Bloober Team, who did the Silent Hill 2 game, and they're working on the Silent Hill 1. So yeah, this is I'm definitely excited to play that. So here's one that Ryan recommended to me. He did stream it at some point on his channel, I think like 2 Mondays ago, and that is Gory, the cuddly gory, cuddly cringe or carnage. Sorry, carnage. Carnage. Come on, I can read. This looks like a fun platformer. The style of it kind of reminds me of Lollipop Chainsaw for some reason. I don't know if it's just the way the colors are and in some of the design of the creatures and things. But hey, I mean, it's a cat with a hoverboard. I mean, what can't go wrong on this, right? But yeah, Ryan recommended it to me, and I'm excited to check it out. All right, these next two, I'm pretty sure you can see it. right there. I'm not being secretive about what I've got, but I just finished this on stream. Oh my God, this game is so good. And that is Shinobi Art of Vengeance. This, the art style is amazing. It's very comic book style art. It doesn't have the paneling, but the art is really good. The is voice acted all the way through. The colors are watercolor style. Definitely recommend picking this up, either digital or physically. One of the ones that was done by Limited Run, so I'm pretty sure this will show up on Amazon since they're the distribution center for physical games after they've gone through the process of being pre-ordered through Limited Run. But even if just getting it digitally, this is a fun game, really good, uh, really tough platforming. Bosses aren't that hard, but the platforming can be really tough on it. Next up, in the same vein, another Ninja game, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. This is amazing. Not voice acted though, but it is tough in the vein of a Ninja Gaiden game. Art style is great. It's very anime-esque. I mean, you can look on the back of the case here. Um, but I'm looking forward to Ninja Gaiden 4 that comes out later this month. Here's one that I'm streaming on Thursdays and Monday, and that is Silent Hill F. Finally, a new Silent Hill game in the series. Takes place in the 1960s. You play a protagonist that lives in a small town. You get wrapped up into some creepy stuff, and you're trying to find your friends and your family and get out of it. This nightmarish world, really good. I played 4 hours of this game. I am really digging it. It has a kind of Dark Souls feel, where you have a dodge mechanic, you have a charge attack, you have a light and a heavy attack. Your weapons have durability, but really fun so far. It's something I've been looking forward to, and I'm hoping if this is anything as an example for what they're going to be doing with future Silent Hill games, I'm excited. I know Bloober Team, like I said, is doing Silent Hill 1 remake, so that's going to be awesome. Hopefully, we'll get 3 and 4 remade, please. Last game, not technically the last game, but this is this is the game I'm playing right now that I've been excited for, and that is Final Fantasy Tactics. I mean, what's not to love about this game? It's voice acted now. They even got the guy that does the voice for Cloud in the remake series to come back for Cloud. I haven't gotten the Cloud. I'm still early on, but my characters are like, I'm still in chapter 1. My characters are level 30. I just unlocked ninjas, so I've been like grinding. But it's really cool. The only thing that I kind of wish they would have gotten, because I know the translation for this game is the PSP version, The War of the Lions. I wish it had the cutscenes from that in this. I also wish it had the two other jobs, the Onion Knight and the Dark Knight. I don't remember if there's another one or not. It's been a while since I played that one. But it's so good to like reminisce and play. It's just a great tactical RPG with fantastic music. It just takes you back. And what was cool was is like the way the style is in this one, like the if you play the basically the remake version, um, it has this like painting style. Like you're playing a game that's being told on a canvas. Just the way the aesthetic of the visuals are, the way the characters look, and the worlds, it's just really cool and very beautiful. But me and my buddy Stan have been talking about this and playing it and going, "Hey, have you got this yet? Have you done this yet?" So it's been cool reminiscing about this because I played this back in the day. I still have my original copy. I still have my original strategy guide. I remember getting this, and me and my buddy Jonathan were playing it over and over. And my buddy knew, and my buddy um, Huey had it, and he was like obsessed with the game. But yeah, this is great. So definitely pick it up if you haven't. The price on this is really good. I'm glad that we're getting games that are not $70 that are really worth your time to play, but definitely really cool. I picked up some movies. Actually, hold on. Before I get to the movies, let me get the last game over here. That last game. It's not mine. It just belongs to my wife and son, but I will play it. And that is the Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Yes, we do have these on the original Wii. We have the one that came out with the 30th, with the 3D Mario games that had Mario Galaxy 1 on it. Because at least that way, one of both of them can play at least a game, and then when they get to two, they'll have to trade off. I can't determine. That's not my fault. Yeah, this game could have been cheaper. $70 is $75 is crazy. So now on to the movie side of things. I picked up Star Chasers, The Legend of Orin. This is a really good animated film. When did this come out? Like originally 85. So I was 4 when this came out. But I remember watching this a lot as a kid. It has very heavy Star Wars influences, but really good, fun animation style from back in the 80s. If you've never seen it, pick it up any way you can or watch it somehow, but definitely worth it. It needs more love than it got. Then I picked up season 1 of Dan to Dan. Funny, hilarious anime. This is on Crunchyroll. It's on Netflix. Definitely worth checking out. It's hilarious, but definitely worth watching. Now I have this on Blu-ray, and I decided to get the Criterion edition because the one I have is in English, or it has Japanese and English subtitle, English both dubbed and subtitles. But I decided to get the Criterion release of this, just because I'm a fan, and that is Godzilla versus Biollante, the actual sequel to Godzilla 1985. Such a great movie. I can't wait for Legendary to do Biollante because I know the guy, the creator of those, really wants to tell him as a character or tell her as a character. But what's not to love about that artwork? And then it comes with the DVD, I believe the DVD and the 4K or the Blu-ray and the 4K release, because that was another reason this is the 4K release of the film. It also has a poster which has information, but as you can see, it's the planned version of Biollante. Man, I love Godzilla. I'm such a big fan. And this other thing is something that my aunt got me for my birthday. So I am a big Robotech Macross fan. Um, I love the series. I was so excited that we got, the Macross franchise, except for Macross, uh, on digital streaming for those who have Disney Plus and Hulu. But then again, I hate the fact that it's on Disney Plus and Hulu because it needs to be on all streaming services, and that is Macross Zero. So this is the 5 episode OVA Macross series that came out like 2000 something. I was so excited to hear that there was going to be something new Macross that tied into the original series. That it also has it takes place a year before the events of the Macross saga. So if you know Macross, um was it what a Macross, Robotech, the Robotech Macross saga. This takes place before it. So you got Roy Fokker as the one of the main character. He's not the main character, but this is done by the same studio that did Blue Submarine 6. So when you get to see the mechs, the Valkyries, the variable fighters, they are all done with CGI, and it's so good. I wish that we would get a dub for this at some point, but I mean, it is, in English subtitle. So, and then it came with like really cool postcards and an art book and interviews from the creators. So you got the art book, archives the stuff. It gives you like concept arts of the mechs, the characters. Yeah, there's Roy. And you got like Shin, who's the main character. And it goes into like the different mech drawings, which I just freaking love, man. This is my childhood here, right here, guys. And I think it goes into like the locations, drawing the village on the island that takes place. And then you got, like I said, these really cool art cards, which I'm probably going to frame or something, like in some kind of giant frame if I can or can find it. Because it's funny, you buy these collector's editions and stuff, and you don't know what to do with it. It just sits there in the box. And I just want to be able to like display this stuff because it's like I have it, why not? But yeah, I'm totally hyped for to rewatch this again. Oh, and it came with a poster too. I'm gonna get that framed. But yeah, here's the cover, back, and nothing special, but you got the prototype for Roy's the VF1 or VF1S. I did pick up two vinyls. I'm really excited because one of these I really wanted and I missed out on the pre-order window. I have the second game's soundtrack, but to finally actually have Suikoden 1 soundtrack on vinyl is fantastic. Love the series. So be able to have the music and play it anytime I want on my record player is fantastic. And then I got this in this week. That is the Tron Legacy soundtrack. I didn't get the one with the colored vinyl. This is just the black ones. But freaking there you go. You got the guys there in the DJ club. So I had this soundtrack on CD when I was carjacked back in like 2016. My disc was in my car when they stole it, so I lost it and I haven't picked it up again. I have it digitally, but I was like, well, I want to buy it again. And my new car doesn't have my current new car does not have the doesn't have a CD player. So it defeats the purpose of me buying a CD, so I went ahead and got the vinyl. But let me know, you guys fans of Tron? Like I think this is the best one. And I'm looking forward to Arise. And like Bruce Boxleitner said, if you want more Tron, go see the movie. Okay? I'm not getting paid by Disney, but like I want more Tron, so go see it. All right, now on the toys. I picked up the Lego Game Boy. I'm excited to build this. I love the fact that like the screen is like a lenticular cover. So like as you move the things move, and it has different images per the game you put in there outside of just the Nintendo logo coming up. But yeah, I look forward to putting this together. Let me know if you'd like to see me put this together on a stream or something. I would definitely do that. I just set up a camera and then you guys can watch me do it. We can talk, hang out, talk about the Game Boy Color, other memories. I picked up some Spider-Man figures. I got Felicia Hardy, Black Cat from Spider-Man 2. And then I got Miles Morales in his Spider-Man 2099 outfit. See if I can get that look, which looks freaking awesome. Love the color. On the Spider-Man train of things, I did get the Maximum Series Spider-Man figure. I really wanted it because it has the his his hands without the gloves, and you got the Peter Parker head over there. He's got different hands. He has a stand. There's different types of webbing. He's got his spider sense stuff up here, different heads. Um, so yeah, I love Spider-Man. It's one of my favorites. So it's really cool. I do have the Hulk and I do have the Deadpool pre-ordered. The Hulk, I have. There's things I don't like about it. I don't like the fact that his body, his chest is soft. That's really soft plastic, and I worry about the longevity of the figure. I don't know. Maybe I can get somebody or one of my friends to print a 3D body or 3D body chest to put on him. And I got both can the Storm collectibles or Storm Arena collectibles or whatever. It's Storm collectibles, but this is Arena series. They're 6-inch figures. So you got Ken from Alpha 3, and you got Ryu from Alpha 3. They have like they've done there's a pre-order for Dan, pre-order for Sagat, and I think there's like one other, and they just announced two more figures. So from what I understand, they're going to do all of the Street Fighter Alpha figures in this scale. Um, Sagat's going to be bigger than both of these guys, so that's really cool to have all those figures on a shelf at some point. But my favorite Street Fighter game outside of Alpha 3. Not Alpha 3. This is Alpha 3. I'm talking about my favorite Street Fighter game outside of Third Strike. Okay, okay. Get it out there, Bets. Come on. So I did pick up some G.I. Joe stuff. Of course, I'm a G.I. Joe head. Come on, guys. I do have the Cobra Rattler. I haven't unboxed it yet. It is still sitting on my floor over here in the box. I do plan on doing a video for it for you guys. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know if I'm going to hang it from the ceiling or just put it somewhere on a shelf. I mean, the wingspan is so large, it just can't sit flush without hitting the wall, like with the way the shelving I have. But let's see. We'll get into some figures. So I finally was able to get in my dial tone, which is one of the figures that I missed out on for the 25th and the 25th anniversary and the Pursuit of Cobra stuff. They only released him as one of the G.I. Joe Collector Club releases. They did a loose version and they did a carded version, and that figure is super expensive. But I'm glad that they released this as a normal figure. So I have my favorite telecommunications officer, Dial Tone. Love this character in the cartoon. Loved him in the comics. I can't wait. We got Mainframe coming next. Then let's see, we got Crystal Ball, and I got this from my buddy Josh. So what's cool about this guy is he was modeled after, come on, let's see if I can get this to do it. If not, I'll like I said, I'll put an image here. This guy was supposed to be modeled after Vincent Price. He's like a uh how would you say it? What kind of character he is? I think he's a like a magician hologram dude. He's supposed to be he's got like fangs. Uh, I don't I remember the figure, but I don't remember enough about Crystal Ball other than like having him as a kid. And in my favorite version of Snake Eyes as a kid, V4, with the ski mask, the red goggles, the blue, and everything. So this is like before the Ninja Force release. So that would be V5. But yeah, it's great to have this. And then on the Snake Eyes kick, again, for those that watch the original cartoon from the first miniseries, you got Snake Eyes with the polar bear. He's got the radiation hands. He's got the rubies of whatever. I don't remember what those were called at the moment. He has different hands. So it's really cool to get V1 Snake Eyes, which is actually my favorite version of Snake Eyes is V1 now. I love his commando look, but super cool. This thing is heavy. Now I got this next thing from my buddy Mike, who has a convention that he does here quarterly called the Gulf Coast Toy Show that is here in Houston. Um, Mike's a cool dude, big Transformer collector, and he's actually going to be hooking me up with some figures that I need for G.I. Joe that just came out that I haven't ordered. But I got the Comic Con exclusive. Hold on, let me get this right because I was going to open it up, but hold on. And I may make this part of a separate video to add in here. Ah, screw it. Get this off. So you got this little thing that kind of holds it together. You got the G.I. Joe. There's a concert. It's held in Springfield. So if you know anything about the comic, that's where Cobra Commander started his. And in the cartoon, it talks about it a little bit, but not as much as the original Marvel Real American Hero comic, where he started his organization, and Springfield is kind of like the headquarters for Cobra. But so you got this really cool concert setup. Springfield setup. What's cool is check it out. You got Jim right there, a poster of Jim. Got a G.I. Joe poster. The Average Joes. Cold Slither, which is what this is. The back of the joint. And then so when you open it up, I wasn't sure if I was going to get this or not. I wanted it, but I wasn't sure if for one if it was going to be worth the hassle to try to get this because considering the fact that like a lot of times the Comic-Con exclusive stuff is always usually harder to find. And Hasbro has had a really terrible time with like trying to get enough of these out to people that actually want them outside of going to the convention. Um, that whole Once a Man Cobra Commander, and then what was it? There was one other figure like I don't think I still have that I'd love to get in my collection. But what's great is you get the Dreadnoughts and their bands, so Torch, and let's see, hold up, Buzzer, Zartan. It should be Ripper over here. All in this like 80s rock band attire. And what's so cool about this set is you get a full-fledged drum set there. You got like I think there's like the subwoofers, speakers. I mean, it's so cool because you could use this stuff for any 6 inch. So if you wanted to have these instruments and like have the Avengers as some kind of band thing, you could. But this is cool, and thanks, Mike, for helping me get that, man. And so the last two things, actually not the last two things, but the last two things in the box that I want to talk about that I picked up. We got the Cobra Claw, iconic GI Joe. I mean GI Joe Cobra. Well, it's a Cobra vehicle. Really awesome looking. It's got some really cool accessories. You got a female Cobra Trooper with a different head, so you can have different versions. And then the thing I just got in this week, which I'm going to do an unboxing for, guys. I want to, is the Cobra. This is the Cobra Snake Armor. Very new modern take on this figure. What was cool was the one in the back in the day was you could open it up and put a Cobra figure or a G.I. Joe figure in there. And this one you can do the same thing, but this is so much larger in scale to the original. Like the cockpit for where the Cobra unit fits is like in the top here. So I love the whole like mecha thing, and I got two of these because I want to display two of them with my Cobras. But it's got variant hands. I expect them. I know I watched somebody else's video and they were talking about like they expect them to release different variants of this since once they got the mold. And I agree. It'd be nice to have like a blue, a crimson red, um, maybe a G.I. Joe variant, which like it's that very military green, and then the olive green. But yeah, it'd be really cool. So that's all the G.I. Joe stuff. Uh two more figures, three more figures to show. So I finally got my Studio Series Megatron. Great looking figure. Downside is he does not transform into a gun. Transforms into a tank, which is cool, but it does leave something to be desired. Considering the fact that like the Prime figure transforms amazingly, most of the Studio Series figures transform amazingly. Look, I know that some people are like, I'm never going to have this figure in its alt mode at all. I get that. It does come with a miniature blaster that looks kind of like his G1 version. Yeah, you guess you can do the whole mass ship stuff, but there are things on this figure that I don't like. I don't like how this is very loose. It doesn't really peg deeply into his arm socket, but I kind of don't like the treads. I don't like this at all. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's a good figure. It looks really good. I just feel that there's some things that are left to be desired on this figure, and I'm hoping that at some point, some third party company like DNA Designs does some accessory kit that like fills in certain parts. I mean, I love the fact that like there's no gaps in between like the legs. I mean, that stuff is filled in. I But yeah, I don't like how that looks. That's not filled in right because it doesn't really mess with the motion of his rotation of his arm. But I mean, I'm nitpicking, right? I have a really good Megatron, and that's the MP36, I think it is Megatron. But that doesn't scale well with my other Transformers, so I just feel that they could have done a little better. But it's still good to have this. It looks really good next to Prime. But the last two Transformers, and I got to say this, there's actually more than just two Transformers, but these form two giant robots. And that is, I finally got Devastator complete, and he looks amazing. I don't mind the back kibble. Yes, this probably could have been up here a little bit, but it's not. It's fine. Um, there are some design things I don't like. I don't like the way the knees are. I get it. If you were to put these in the center, it might the wheels may touch, but you're going to have this character in an A stance, and he has a good ankle tilt that it wouldn't matter. I don't like Scrappers. This thing comes off way too easy. And it's just got this small thing here that you tab in on the bottom here. And it's supposed to lock it in place. I guess, I mean, if you're just keeping him standing, it shouldn't be a problem. But it's frustrating. But he looks fantastic. I think he's much better than the Titan Returns or the Combiner Wars Devastator. But I love both of them. This is really good. It's a really good representation. And you think about like the scale for him and Megatron is about that, even though I know that he would be slightly bigger. And so for this next one, which will be the last thing for this video, is I have completed Superion. It's cool to have one combiner, but two combiners completed. So this technically with these two makes three because we do have Minosaur, and then I know that they're working on bringing us the Combaticons with Bruticus. Hopefully we'll get um, the Protectobots and the Terrorcons and the Seacons, but these are much better than the ones that we got before. I do kind of like the modular bodies. I do like the fact that like the articulation is better. I don't feel like if I mess this thing up, it's going to fall apart or the wrists are going to come off, so the hands fall off. Um, but they look great. The only downside to this one is the fact that when I got my Silverbolt, the wing that's over here on this arm was missing. It wasn't in the box. So it was missing when I got it shipped to me from Amazon. I reached out to Hasbro. They said they didn't have any replacement parts for it. The option that I had was either to take something of equivalent value of what this is, or to return it, get my money back, and then just go buy another one. But I didn't know if I was going to be able to get another one of these. I'm afraid every time when I get a figure that I may have something wrong with it and I have to return it, and then I can't get the part I need to finish whatever it is. So I took the option of them sending me equivalent of what the figure's worth. They sent me a Thundercracker G1 animated version, which is a $20 figure at Ross at the moment. Uh, the figure normally sells for 40 bucks. This was an $80 figure. Just the body here, not the not the rest of his friends. But for Silverbolt, it's like a $90 figure, and they gave me a $40 figure that's worth $20. I'm like, come on, guys, like you're doing good by trying something, but you could have gave me something better than that. But I'm not going to complain. That's my only complaint here. Last thing, guys, I just thought about this too. I picked up me some reading material, and I got me the TMNT Ultimate Collection Volume 1 of the Mirage comic. This covers like issues 1 through 7, and it has I think a few of the one shots and some art. Um So it's really cool to be able to read back through these again because like my dad has the original comics and that's how I originally read through this. So it's all black and white. Kevin and Eastman goodness. I could have gotten the hardback version, but it was way too expensive. It was cheaper to get this version, and I'm okay with that. But it'll be nice to be able to have this and let my son read it so he can know the origins of the turtles. All right, everyone, let me know what you thought about some of the stuff I picked up. Have you picked up anything? And let me know what you've picked up. I'd love to hear what you got going on. And I'll catch you next video. Peace out, everyone.